Okay, so now let's take a look at percentages. So now this is exactly what we've been doing earlier, and we've modeled it with, like a line thing, but now we have use of a calculator. So let's talk about how we can figure this out. So a pair of boots with an original price of $37.40 is discounted 20%. What is the sale price? Well, let's see what we got. So wait a second. Here's the first question though. If something is discounted 20%, what percent do you pay? So they knock 20% off. What percent do you pay? Yeah. So what you're looking for isn't 20% of something. You're looking for 80%. You're looking for that other piece. You're paying 80%. Okay? So let's try to model this for a minute. So we know 100% is 37.40. And we're discounting 20%, so we're paying 80%. And we don't know what that is. Okay? Now, we can reason through this. No problems. Okay? We can find 10%, find 10%, double it for 20%, or even times it by 8 to get 80%. Okay? And that is cool. And you have a calculator, so that could be easier now. But take a look at this. So this isn't the only way to do it, But if you can visualize this, this is just a ratio table. So it's like saying, hey, you have X, and you have 80, and you have 37.4, and 100. Okay? We're just putting this in a ratio table, trying to get from one to the other. But this is the exact same thing. This could be a big jump here as an equation. So what we're saying when we set it up like this, when we can visualize it like this, is that this relationship, because it's proportional, is equal to this relationship. Okay? So let's take a look. So we know, bam. We know that these are the same. Now, this is just a one-step equation. We just got to get this x alone. And what's in the way of the x being alone is the divided by 80. Well, how do you get rid of divided by 80? Well, you times 80. So now you can use your calculator and do 37.4 divided by 100 times 80. And when you use your awesome Desmos calculator, do I have it up here? Yep. 37.4, right? Divided by 100 times, times 80. 0.3. See, this is why you got to get used to this. Times 80. What do you get? You get 29.92. $29.92. So if it's discounted 20%, you pay 80% of it, which is this. Cool? All right. Well, let's try another one. So a pair of boots with an original price of $65.10 is discounted 10%. So now what's cool about having this model is you don't have to use a calculator if you don't want, or you can use it in a strategic way. So what we want to know, this is what we know. We know 100% is $65.10. It's discounted 10%. Okay? So how much do you pay? If you don't pay 10%, yeah, you pay 90%. So you want 90%. But wait a second. Can you figure out 10%? Yeah. That's just 651. So 90% would be 100 minus 10. 6510 minus 651. So that would be, there's clear. 6510 minus 651. Yep, 58.59. So you'd have to pay $58.59. Okay? Now, what if I don't want the sale price? What if I want the percent of the discount? So, to the television, which the original price of $110 is on sale for $66. Well, let's take a look. So we know 100% of this is $110, and we need $66. Now, you can work on reasoning through this, okay? Like, maybe you could say, wait a second, 66, like 10% is 11, so 60% is 66. So, but here's the thing, this is what you pay, you paid 60%. So the percent of the discount would be 40%. What if you didn't want to reason that way? Which is cool. So if you didn't want to do that, let's look. Don't need this. This is what we have, and we don't know the missing percent. Well, this is just like a fraction thing. Remember? So it's 66 over something equals 110 over 100. And you're like, oh man, I don't like that number being on the bottom. I don't like that X being on the bottom. I don't like this on the bottom. But that's okay. Because it's a beautiful proportion, we can just flip that if we flip this. So 66 over X equals 110 over 100. Exact same thing as X over 66. Well, that's nicer. I like that better. Same thing. You just got to flip both sides. Move that up. Okay, so we want to get this X alone. To get it alone, we do take our original fraction, multiply it by 66. Okay, and what we get, 100 over 110 times 66, 100 divided by 110. Good. Times 66. Awesome. 60. So that means we get our answer, which is 60%. But remember, we want the percent of the discount, which is 40%. Well, let's do another one. So, a television with an original price of $100 is on sale for $90. See, this is where thinking comes in handy. You could be like, wait, 100% is $100? 90, I'd be paying 90%. So what's the percent of the discount? Yeah, 10%. Okay? But what if you had a brain fart? What if you didn't know? Which is cool. Leave this here. That's what we want to find. So we know if we write it like this, the X is going to be at the bottom. But we know we can flip it. So instead, we can write X over 90 equals 100 over 100. Okay, so that's X over 90. Oh, what's 100 divided by 100? 1. Times by 90, X equals 90. 90%, but we only pay 10%. We pay 90%, the discount's 10%. Okay? Well, what if I give you this? A pair of boots costs $57.69 after your 10% discount. What's the original price? Well, so we know well, we don't know 100%. That's what we want to find out. But we do know that when we knock 10% off, we get 57.69. Well, if we knock 10% off, what percent do we pay? Yeah, 90%. So if we wanted to, like with the help of our calculator, we could scale this down. We could say, well, what's 10%? You divide them by 9. So that'd be what? 57.69 divided by 9. Oh, that's 641. Times that by 10, we'd get 64.10. That would be our original price. But if you don't want to go that route, well, that's okay. Because it's the exact same thing as before. We have 57.69 over 90 is something over 100. Oh, well, we just get that x alone. So to do that, we got to times by 100 and times by 100. So that means we have 57.69 divided by 90 times 100. 64.10. And that's the original price. Okay? Let's see how we're doing here. Can we do one more? Pair of boots cost $40.74 after your 30% discount. What's the original price? Well, we don't know 100%. That's what we want to find out. But we do know after 30% we pay $40.74. So what percent do you pay? You pay 70%. If you want, you can set it up. You can use your calculator, shrink it down to 10 if you want. Then back up to a hundo. Or you can say, well, 40.74 over 70 is something over 100 times by 100 on both sides. That would give us 40.74 divided by 70. Then we gotta times whatever that is by a hundo, and we get 58.2. So when we do all that math, we get 58.2 is X, but we're talking about money, so it's 58.20. Okay?